Daniel Carter wiped the sweat from his brow as he tightened the last lug nut. The old sedan sat slightly tilted on the roadside, its flat tire replaced by the spare. He glanced at the woman standing nearby, her face a mixture of gratitude and disbelief. "You really didn't have to do this," she said, her voice tinged with admiration. "I could have called someone." Daniel chuckled, brushing his hands on his worn jeans. "Didn't look like you had a lot of time to wait. Besides, helping is what good people do, right?" He didn't mention that his work shirt, stained from long hours at the auto shop, carried the scent of engine grease and exhaustion, or that his mind was heavy with worries. His 6-year-old son Oliver needed new shoes for school, and the rent was past due again. The woman, dressed in an elegant blouse and tailored slacks, tilted her head, studying him. "What's your name?" "Daniel." "I'm Evelyn. And I really appreciate this, Daniel. Can I pay you for your trouble?" Daniel shook his head. "Nah, just glad to help. Safe travels, ma'am." He turned to head back to his rusty pickup, but her voice stopped him. "At least let me buy you a coffee. You look like you could use one." He hesitated. Time was money, and he had little of either, but there was something about her, a warmth, an insistence that felt genuine. And truth be told, he was running on fumes. "All right," he relented with a smile, "but only if I buy the next round." Inside the small diner, they talked. Evelyn asked about Oliver, and Daniel's face lit up as he described his son's fascination with dinosaurs and how he wanted to be an astronaut. He didn't mention the nights he spent lying awake, wondering how to give the boy the world when he could barely keep the lights on. Then Evelyn shared her story. She had once been a struggling single mother, working 3 jobs to make ends meet. Then she had taken a chance, starting a small business in her garage that had, over the years, grown into a multi-billion-dollar company. Daniel stared at her, dumbfounded. "Wait, you're that Evelyn Parker, the tech mogul?" She smiled. "I am. And I know what it's like to fight for every penny to wonder if you're doing enough. But kindness like yours, Daniel, is what truly matters. The world needs more of it." He swallowed hard, suddenly feeling the weight of his struggles in a different light. He had always believed in doing good, even when life hadn't been kind to him. And now, that goodness had led him here. Evelyn took a sip of her coffee and set the cup down. "I have a proposal. How would you feel about managing one of my vehicle service centers? Good pay, full benefits, and a future for Oliver." Daniel blinked, his throat tight. "I don't know what to say." "Say yes." Her smile was knowing kind. "Because people like you deserve a break." Tears burned at the corners of his eyes, but he laughed, shaking his head in disbelief. "Yes. 1,000 times yes." As he left the diner that day, his heart was lighter, his future brighter. He had stopped to change a tire, but Evelyn Parker had changed his life, and he knew deep down that he would spend the rest of it paying that kindness forward.